In this activity, you are taking on the personality of a space explorer who has just discovered intelligent extraterrestrial life on the planet Zerb. The Zerbnimals who you have met have graciously told you their names as well as letting you take a picture of them, but refuse to provide any DNA evidence. As a consequence, the cladogram that you have to produce is going to be based solely on morphology. The first step beyond this is to put a title on the data table. Once your title is in place, you will now need to look at the table of Zerbnimal photos. Looking at these photos, some similarities immediately become clear. For example, there appear to be 3 different body types: round, diamond, and rectangle. As a consequence, we can now begin filling in these in our data table. Let's begin with round. We begin by writing round body under characteristics. Then we place an X in the space under the Zerbnimals that have a round body. They are Cookie, Mookie, and Pookie. Our data table now looks like this. Now it is time to do the rectangular Zerbnimals. It is done in the same manner as the round ones. And finally, it is time to do the diamond body. Now, think of some other great characteristics that can be used to subdivide the different Zerbnimals. How about number of antennae? Number of eyes? When you have finished characterizing the Zerbnimals, then it will be time to move on to the Venn diagram. Pause this movie until you are ready to move on. Now it is time to make a Venn diagram. We think of Venn diagrams as being this, with 2 overlapping circles. In actuality, a Venn diagram is just a series of nested circles. However many there are, and however many may overlap, it's still a Venn diagram. What is showing now is the start of our Venn diagram. Notice how there are 2 main circles. Which of these attributes did we look at that had 2 options? Eye number, of course. We can divide all of the Zerbnimals up into being either 2 or 3-eyed. From here, there are only 2 Zerbnimals that have 3 eyes. They are Cookie and Pookie. Looking at our chart, or even at the pictures themselves, what characteristics can we use to separate Cookie and Pookie inside of the 3-eyes circle? How about number of antennae? We will put 4 antennae on the inner circle. Why? It was arbitrary. Now, who goes there? Cookie. This leaves us with just Pookie to place. Since Pookie has 3 eyes but does not have 4 antennae, he can be placed in the outer bubble. Note, though, that the only reason he can be placed in the outer circle is because there is no one else there. The goal is 1 or fewer Zerbnimals per circle. There cannot be more than 1 Zerbnimal in a circle. Now it is your turn to fill in the 2-eyes circle with subsets. Once again, pause this movie until you are ready to continue. We are ready for our last step, the creation of a cladogram. The first step is to draw a funny-looking Y on your paper. This cladogram has 2 branches. You had 2 circles on your Venn diagram. Coincidence? I think not. You are now going to tag each of the branches with the attribute of one of the 2 circles. I chose to make the left branch 3 eyes and the right branch 2 eyes, because that's how I laid out my circles in the Venn diagram. Notice my correct tagging. A correct tag completely bisects the branch it means to annotate, and has the words next to the tag symbol. Now, looking at the 3-eyes circle, I see that I have 1 subset, so I draw a branch going to the center of the V and up. Branches coming off of a main branch always go towards the center of the nearest V and always aim up. Notice how the branches line up. Now I tag again. And finally, I place the appropriate names at the end of their branches. Every branch must end in a name. Once again, I leave the 2 eyes up to you to do on your own.